What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Maker Space Live. I hope you guys are excited. This should be a fun one. At least that was the plan. So this is going to be a really cool live. We have a special guest with us. Holley is here, and let me pull him up. We're just gonna get right into it. There he is.
Hey guys,
What's
good to
going
see
on,
everybody again.
So this has been an interesting and fun project. I hope it was fun for you as it was for me.
Oh, absolutely. I had an absolute blast doing these. It's just fun
So
comparing notes and working together for sure.
yeah, it's been fun, and we have come across some interesting things we didn't think we would have to deal with. But it's been fun, and now the plan for this live, and this was just an idea, was for us to talk about the knives, and then I'm going to drop these or publish them onto the Etsy store live here during the live stream. So you guys, I have pinned the link to my Etsy store at the top of the chat. So if you're in the chat, I pinned that link. So if you're interested in picking up one of these beauties right here, then you just be ready, and then you can refresh and everything else when we're going to drop them. We'll talk about the prices a little bit, what all the materials are. Corey can talk a little bit more about his process because he definitely killed it with the work that you put in, because I feel like this is mostly, I think so. Corey, correct me if I'm wrong. That the the grind is like the heart of the blade. I mean, that's kind of everything. So you doing the grind was like everything.
It can be, but as one of my mentors over the years, he always said, the last hour of a knife is what makes or breaks a knife. You put an extra hour into that handle and it really shows. And, don't sell yourself short. You did a phenomenal job on those handles. I really, really like those handles.
Thanks. Yeah, I do everything by hand. I know the machine is great, but I end up doing, especially with something like carbon fiber. I forgot last week I was talking. We had somebody on, and I'm gonna get to saying hi to everybody here in a second. I don't want to miss anybody, but it's funny how carbon fiber, when you're cutting it, is horrible on like bandsaw
Oh, yeah.
blades and everything else. But sanding it is like
Evaporates.
you got to be careful because that stuff just turns to dust. So
Yep.
it. We were laughing about it because it was like, if you're trying to cut it, forget about it. But if you're just grinding it or hand sanding it, it's just real easy. So
Oh, yeah.
that's what I have, and it's just gross stuff to work with, man. It gets everywhere.
Yeah, to everybody that wants to use it, be sure you wear a respirator because it is
Oh yeah,
nasty on your
no,
lungs.
well, I don't. If I'm drilling with it, if I'm cutting it, if I'm sand, I'm always wearing a respirator because that stuff is just that's just safety protocol,
Same. Even
in
with a
my
good
opinion.
vacuum, you gotta.
Yeah. All right. So let me say hi to everybody. See who's all here. Tim B, moderator. Jim Miller, moderator. Caleb, channel member. Thank you for being a channel member, Caleb. Kelly's Mishmash, channel member and moderator. Robert Feely, channel member. Sean Field, channel member. I think I saw Donnie Bless is in the house. What is up, Donnie? I hope you are doing well. He has been busy working on his knives for Blade Show, which I'm sure we'll be talking to Corey a little bit about that too, because I know you've been super busy getting ready for Blade Show as well.
Yep.
Kelly's Mismatch said she and her husband had 25th. Whoa! Happy 45th anniversary today, Kelly and Brian. Wow, 45 years, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Marco, what's going on, Marco? Always in every live stream. I don't know how he does it, Corey, but he is in every single live stream that goes on all at the same time. I don't know how he must have like 15 monitors or something set up because Marco is in everyone all the same. John here, John Hep.
Hey, John.
John, what is going on, John? I hope you're doing all right. Trouble Bunny, channel member. Hey, what's going on? War Room EDC moderator and channel member. What is going on? Keith the Knife Freak. I gotta message you this week, Keith. Channel member. No, he's a moderator. Thank you. Eating dinner. Awesome, Keith. Kathleen, the kayak queen. What is going on? Channel member and moderator. Not them. Not them? Not Kelly and Brian? Who? Then who are you talking about, Jim? Richard Hopkins, what's going on? What's going on? I hope everybody's doing well. It's not Kelly and Brian that are in the chat all the time. Rory is finishing up eating tacos and now cool off the fire homemade banana pudding. Oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds delicious.
This is wrong sharing that.
I
No,
know.
I want banana pudding.
Jim Miller with the super chat, 9 months. My talent salute to you, Jim. Thank you for being a channel member for 9 months. Oh, your cousin. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, happy anniversary to your cousin. That's awesome. That is awesome. Love y'all. Good luck on the drop. Can't stay, unfortunately. It's all right, Caleb. Thanks for popping in and saying hi to everybody. Make sure you hit that like button if you're leaving. Close, but not until the 22nd. All right. Well, then now we know when their anniversary is. That is awesome. That is so cool. Well, yeah, we'll try to remember on the 22nd. Sounds just like her. All right. Very, very good. Well, all right, guys. So I don't want this to be an all-night event because this definitely could be an all-night event. Navy 85, a member for 9 months. What is going on? Hello to you too. Talent salute to you, my friend. And thanks for the support. Navy 85 for me and the Miss Aries. I know you've been following what she's been doing on Instagram. She started something new over there. Ryan Ellis, what's going on, channel member? Kathleen is predicting that everything is going to go very quick, Corey. So we will see how that goes. That's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to do it live just to see. If nothing, if they don't sell, then they'll sit there until they sell. So
There you go.
There you go.
It's something special, though.
These are special. So these are special, guys, because this isn't something Corey and I are going to do a ton of. We may do something down the road. Maybe far after Blade Show and Corey has been able to catch up because I know he is slammed right now. Bryant Redbeard, what's going on, channel member? How are you? But yeah, so I don't know what you want to talk about first. This has been a really fun kind of a brainstorm between the two of us trying to come up with something we can do. So I guess what we could talk about is kind of the whole process. So, guys, just so you guys know, hey, Scott N, what's going on, master of the knife tube schedule? What is going on? Carnivorous One, greetings. I'm going to try to keep up with the chat today, guys, but I'm not promising too much because I want to talk about this. So Corey and I got together and we were chatting and we were like, kind of been like, hey, why don't we try to do a collaboration? And it was like, do one of my designs or one of my, I say designs, but one of my patterns, and then you masterfully putting some really cool grinds on it, and then going back and forth with handle material, etc. So that's am I wrong? That's kind of how this
yeah, it's kind of the progression as we went. And then, like I say, I don't know how many texts we had back and forth on handle materials and just like different ideas on steel and finishes. And
yeah, I think carbon fiber came up, and I was like, yeah, I'm down with carbon fiber. I had some materials here, and I know I wanted to do some of the other materials. I wanted to do the damtanium that is on the. I've been eyeballing that material
Yeah, that turned out really
for
cool.
quite some time. I'm trying to find the camera. And I've been eyeballing that. I've been wanting to use that, so this was a perfect opportunity for me to try to grab that. So
Yeah, definitely.
it was fun. And I think it was in January when we were at the Gator Cutlery show, and that was kind of like the brainstorm. And
Yep.
then after that, we kind of put some things together and kind of did that. And then you came on to the makerspace because, you know, the biggest thing that I wanted outcome out of all of this was I wanted to help you because there's no reason why people should know the work that you're doing.
I appreciate it.
Because I mean, guys, like the Nitro V one,
I think that's my favorite.
yeah, I mean that one just came out just so good, and yeah. So here,
And that's
let
such a
me.
great steel too. That's really become my favorite, go-to stainless.
Yeah, I like Nitro V. I work a lot with AEB and Nitro V, and basically they're the same at the end of the day. They're very similar. But that
Hmm.
grind, now what are we calling this grind? It's been, is it a nightmare grind?
Nightmare grind, yeah.
Because it's just a nightmare to do?
Yep. Pretty much.
I mean, so all four of these have the nightmare grind. It's a hollow grind, and the swedge is a hollow grind as well.
Hmm.
Corey had to correct me on that. And then just on this one has the glow in the dark green liners, the green pins, and this galactic green space weave camo carbon, which it's hard to show this on camera. It really is
Hmm. It's
because
got so much depth to it. It's a cool material.
it has a lot of depth in the green. And right now, I have a knife going around, um, that is in the pass around group, and a lot of people have been hitting it with the black light or the incandescent light or whatever the black light is,
Uh-huh.
and it's actually shine. The green is like popping in the handle material under
That's
the
cool.
black light. So under the black light, it like kind of shines even more, but it doesn't glow. The handle material doesn't glow, just the liners glow. And I don't know if you guys have seen some of the pictures, but um, I got it from Carnivorous One. If you are on Etsy or I mean Instagram, hit me up on Instagram. I can give you the link. It's a store on Etsy, um, and I forgot the name of it off the top of my head, but it's a store on Etsy, and they sell glow in the dark liners and glow in the dark G10 pins that all match, and that the stuff is just like radioactive. Did you play with any of the glow
Oh
stuff,
yeah.
Corey?
Yeah, you walk outside for just a minute and it like lights up the room. It's crazy.
Yeah, like you put that in the sun just for like 30 seconds, and it will glow for hours.
Hmm.
Hours. Like I could leave this room and I come back in the morning and they're sitting on the shelf back here and they're all glowing. And it's still, it's just funny. Uh, yeah, that triple hollow grind is ridiculous. Yes, Jim, it is absolutely ridiculous, and they're absolutely amazing. Um, Seeing how much I can get for my wife. Tim, come on. Let's see them live in the dark, glowing madly. That's very difficult, Joe, just because I have so many lights in here that it would be difficult to show that. I can try. I
The
tried
green
to
was
turn some
glowing
lights
just
off.
in the light. I noticed it was kind of
Yeah, I
kind of
mean, they're
haze just
kind
in the
of
lighting you got it in.
they're kind of glowing now, but if I turn all the lights off in here, we can try to do that. DBD, what's going on, man? I hope you're doing well. You guys really killed all four of these. Yeah, thanks. Oh, Sean Field with the super chat. What's going on? Member for 8 months. Scott and Corey, this has been an amazing project to follow, and they all turned out absolutely amazing. This has been an awesome collab for sure. Yeah, thanks. It has been fun. I was hoping to get over to your shop, Corey, to do that, but we just couldn't. My schedule is crazy. I wasn't able to.
And you're what, an hour and 45 minutes from me, or 2 hours?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So I'm gonna have to figure something out because my daughter goes to USF.
That's down the road.
That's not far from you. Obviously, it's closer to where I am. But if I come over there and do lunch with her, then we can. Hey, maybe I can pop over. The purple and blue one is my favorite. It almost didn't make it back to your shop. Yes,
that's my wife, Heather.
I have heard that. I have heard that. Yeah,
she's definitely like, we got to get more of that material.
Yes. I do have the link to the Etsy store pinned at the top of the chat as well, guys. So if you're interested, go to the Etsy store. We're gonna do that. Heather Holley, boss lady in the house.
You know it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to talk about the D2 one, if you don't mind, because that was the one that you did fully. And I have tried to explain this finish to everybody, and I do a horrible job at it. So this is D2, and I saw some back and forth on Instagram about this, or with the ADCRV2 one, about it being stainless.
Yeah, I typoed the ADCRT and called it a stainless, and someone called me out on it. Which, thank you, by the way, if you're in here.
Yeah.
Too many hours in the shop and trying to type, it just didn't work out.
Yeah. It's not stainless, but it does give it a little bit more of a resistance. It
helps it out on that. It's 0.5% off of chromium to be considered full stainless. So it's almost in the realm of stainless, but it's just not quite there. But the beauty of that martensite finish is if you keep it oiled, it's almost like it holds the oil on the steel. I had my cousin was actually using it as a kitchen knife, and they dried off and they were keeping up on it, but D2 in wet conditions all the time generally doesn't do very good. And after a year of use, it looked like I just gave it to him. I was really, really impressed with that finish. But it's essentially, it's the scale that occurs when it's at 1850 degrees. So I'll do all my grinds, all the way out to polish, and then put it in the kiln for a certain amount of time, and then I'll plate quench it to be sure everything's good and straight. I don't have to worry about surface grinding or anything to fix any warpage. And it comes out like that. Well, do you have the picture of it coming out of the kiln? Because it looks terrible coming out of the kiln. Is there a way to get that on?
You did send me that picture, but it's probably on my phone, which I'm using as a camera right now, so I'm not going to be able to show that.
But it's this probably 3-tone, just rough looking blade when it comes out, but then you power brush it and get rid of all the extra scale, and that's what you're left with. It's a really cool,
black,
durable
finish. Guys, this is like completely blacked out, but it has a texture to it.
And I hit that with a power brush on the buffing wheel. Do that with DLC and tell me how it looks. It's not going to look near as good as that does after that fight.
No, DLC will be goner. So, but that finish is like bulletproof finish now.
Yep. Yeah, it's harder than the actual steel under it.
So that is absolutely amazing. It makes that so cool. It's such a unique look. And then you polished all the edges on this one. And then is this fat carbon?
Yep, the purple's fat carbon. I forget the maker of the carbon copper. I found him at Blade Show last year, and it was such a cool material. And then the twill is actually race car material. A friend of mine knew a guy that was building a race car, and that's the drops from a race car body. That's why it's such an intricate, deep weave. It's actually structural carbon fiber.
Oh wow. So that's like actual like super carbon fiber.
Yeah, that's like the real deal, not just the decorative stuff that we like to play with.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I didn't know that. That's cool. And then you have the removable hardware,
Hmm.
and you told me that the scales do come off
Yes.
because the
So
lanyard is.
the lanyard's only glued on one side, so it is able to be taken apart and serviced if need be.
That's really really cool. I think that's a really interesting part of this one. And then yeah, so that just that finish, I've seen your finish. You do that on a couple knives and it's just
Hmm.
awesome. So I was really happy that you were able to do that on this one. It looks really good. And guys, just so you guys know, and Corey sent me this one because I'm not the only one who screws up and has to deal with nonsense, but
Yep.
Corey did as well.
Stuff happens in the knife shop, man.
It happens, and you can see right. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right in here where my thumb is, he had a blowout in the material.
Yeah, the carbon just flaked. I have no idea why, or it was all fully glued up when it was doing it. But when I shaped it, it started coming apart, and I tried saving it, but I'm not gonna put that on a finished knife. So there she
Yeah.
is.
So he took this off, and he had enough material to replace it, and of course, it looks flawless now. But
Yep.
it's so cool that you're able to do that. And it's one of those things you run into a problem and then you end up problem solving half the
Sure.
time.
Yeah, Jim Honey likes to say, "Knife makers don't make mistakes; we just make smaller knives."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jim's a good guy. Jim's a good guy, unless it's his big old Bowie he's been working on for ever.
That's his holy grail knife. He'll finish it someday.
One day he'll, one day he'll. I I don't know if it's the word is finish it. One day he'll be more satisfied with it to say it's done. I don't know if that will ever happen. Did I see the infamous Cheeto Bandito in here? Cheeto is a race car driver. Now, Cheeto Band, is that a Primus? That's a Primus full, right? It's a Primus. It's a take on Primus. I've been asking you about that one. Oh man. Yeah, so that one turned out really cool. And so you said you were doing the carbon fiber. And I was like, okay, well, Corey's doing that. I'm gonna do the other three in the carbon fiber. I had just done a knife with this black pearl,
Mhm.
and I thought the white would look cool with it. And then I had the green. I've already done a knife with the green and the green liners. I've already done a knife, and it's actually being passed around all across the country right now. Um,
Awesome.
so I did the black pearl for a customer, Jim Miller, who's in the chat right now. He asked for a knife with this black pearl, and I had some left over, so I was like, "Ooh, white glow in the dark would look cool with that one." And then the Damtanium was something on camo carbon that I've been eyeballing for a while, and I was like, "Well, there it is. I got to do the blue,"
Mhm.
and
And
it
the
would have
blue
been.
fleck in that matches the glow in the dark perfect.
Yeah, it ended up working because there's like two different colors of blue in that
Hmm.
material. Brian F, hey man, what's going on? I hope you're doing all right this evening. Yeah, like there's two colors of blue. There, let me make that screen big again. Boom. There's like a dark blue and a light blue in there.
Hmm.
It's hard to really see, but there's like two different colors of blue in there, and it does match fairly well. Oh, okay. Like if you look up here, you have that dark blue, and then there's a lighter blue over here. So
Yep.
there's like two different colors of blue, and you got the purple. I've been really wanting to use that material, and that Damascus, Alabama Damascus, um, came out really good. I just oiled it. Put some wicked wax on it so that it protect the blade.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it looks really good. You did an amazing job on the grinds. They all look amazing. And the sheaths were fun.
Those turned out sweet too. I really like that carbon fiber Kydex. I need to get some of that.
Yeah, the carbon fiber Kydex was something I had worked with before, but what's funny is you can actually see the grinds in the Kydex when I
Yeah,
pressed it. I don't know. It
it's an
turned out
extra
pretty good.
extra grab. Make sure it has retention.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely not coming out of there, so they are definitely good to go in there. So definitely good to go. Did I just mix them all up?
Oh no.
No, that one was that one. No, I didn't mix them up. Yeah, it's this one. Ta-da!
There's the click.
There's the click. So we're all good. I know what I'm doing, kind of ish.
Yeah, all the steels are carved into the blades underneath, so I knew exactly who was who.
Yeah, that was smart. So what Corey's talking about was when he sent these back to me, at least for these two, he carved which one was 80 CRV2 and which one was Nitro V, so that I knew exactly which one it was.
Yeah, because when you're
And
working with them, they all look the same.
yeah, once you clean them up, you never know what is what. The 80 CRV2, again, it came out really well. I just oiled that one up too. That acid etch on the bevels came out really nice with the tumble. Then you hand sanded the flats, and
Nice
then
job matching up the handle with that. That's a great pair.
yep, that ended up working out really well. That black pearl camo carbon looks awesome. That white pins, the glow in the dark white liners. Again, guys, I did a bead for all of them, so this is the same matching materials in them. And yeah, it came out good. You got Corey Holley's maker's mark on it, my maker's mark on it. And this is just one of those things, guys. I mean, there's only going to be 4 for right now. It'll be a while before we end up doing them again. And with each one, you're going to get my card that has all the information on it. And then you're going to get Corey's card. So if you're interested in checking out Corey and getting one of his knives, feel free. Snag that QR code. Check him out. Instagram at Corey_Holley_knives. Check out his email. All the good, fun things. And each one of these knives is going to come with a card, so you guys can check him out because he does have some uh, patterns. I call them models, patterns that are really, really good. Because I know you've been sharing some stuff on with me on the side about like all the stuff you're doing for Blade Show, and you have like 17 things.
17 currently started on the bench. I'm hoping to take 40 to the show, so we're burning the midnight oil.
That's just for me. Just the thought of 40 is just blowing my mind because I can't turn and burn like that. That's for sure.
That's only 13-hour days every day. It's no big deal.
Yeah. I don't know. What was that, Robert? You sent the pistol to and bead to Kelly for a white and black lanyard. Ooh, that'll be fun. That'll be cool. I made him a pattern of mine called the pistol,
Mhm.
and I made him a bead that matched his material. He's sending it to Kelly. Kelly's mishmash in the chat does a lot of paracord stuff. So like she
Okay.
makes these monkey fists She does really good job making these monkey fists.
Oh, nice.
That's a solid steel ball bearing, stainless steel ball bearing in there. Yeah, that's a knee knocker right there, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's a get back rope.
That that's an attitude adjuster right there.
Yeah.
So it's just a keychain though. It's just a keychain. But
Yeah.
yeah. So she makes those. It's awesome. John said, "Wait, I thought you were doing 50." Yeah, come on, slacker. You can't just do 3 more.
I'll do my best, John. I'll do my best.
Just got Stubby back from Kelly. Oh, you got Stubby. Somebody, oh, Kelly did your knife. Okay. Attitude adjustment. Yeah, that's an attitude adjuster, Jim. Is absolutely an attitude adjuster. So I don't know if I can get the glow. I want to try. Here. Let me get a flashlight, see if I can charge them real fast. But
The green popped.
yeah, the green and the white will definitely pop. The blue is bright, but not as bright as them. But yeah, guys can see that they're glowing. But yeah, there you go. Let's see. How do I do this? Yeah, they're glowing. Turn the light off. Try this one.
And
Yeah,
now the one I did looks boring.
No, that one is cool. There you go. They're glowing. But yeah, those are going to be fun. I'm telling you guys, 30 seconds in the sun with those. And you got yourself a little nightlight. So that is for sure. You set that next to your bed at night. It'll keep you up at night. That is for sure.
Yep.
You can ask Tim B. So Tim B in the chat, I made him a handle. The whole handle is glow.
Oh, nice.
So and it glows like that, like they're like night lights. I have it back there. I have some remnants of it, but yeah, there's a company that they did full scales. Like you can get 3/16-inch thick material.
Nice.
G10. It's just G10, but it's all full glow, and it's that bright. So I did a whole bunch of them, like in December of last year. But yeah, she glows. Rudolph would be jealous. I need to get some of that and do some glow. Yeah, the glow stuff is fun. So the company that I get the glow from, they do the liners and pins, is based in the U.S. But the company that is SKUR Customs, I think, on Etsy. I don't know, but actually, well, yeah, I don't want to. I have everything set up to do the drop, so I don't want to like mess up that.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess that up. But there's a company that does the full slabs G10, and they're based out of Europe somewhere. So it takes a little while to get it. It's still reasonably priced, but you got to pay shipping and stuff, which gets a little expensive. So
Sure.
That would be perfect camp knife, Keith, the knife freak. Which one? Oh yeah, that's right, Chris. You have the blue glow one too. Yep, I did all of those glow. So I did a whole in December. I did thorns, and I did them all glow. So I did 5 different colors of glow: blue, pink, yellow, green, blue, purple. The purple didn't glow very much. It still glows, but it's not like in your face. But yeah, can't lie, the dual grind is sexy enough to almost make me buy my first fixie. There you go, Jason, Josh. There you go, man. It's there.
That's kind of my thing. Go ahead and start putting pocket knife grinds on fixed blades. Why not? Do something nobody else is doing.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that is awesome. Hold on, let me wipe the blade. My fingers got finger. I don't want to mess up that. But yeah, look at the clean grinds, guys. I mean, and Corey does a lot of his knives with the dual grinds, triple grinds, the murder, the nightmare grind. I mean, he's doing them all like this. He showed me a picture of a Tonto that he did very similar, and it's just
Mhm.
it's sick. And these are razor sharp. They are absolutely razor sharp.
Yeah, I
So
did a video where I actually shaved my arm with it and posted it
yeah,
of them.
you guys, if you've been checking out Corey because he's been posting stuff on Instagram as well, um, yeah, it is really stinking cool. So these guys all came out really good. The Damascus obviously is beautiful. Um, I didn't realize, but like the Damascus is a little thicker, and
Hmm.
it changes the profile in the hand a little bit in the best possible way. But so you have Damascus, uh, Nitro V, 80 CRV2, and D2, and the D2 has again that special finish on it that just
Mark
looks,
sites.
and that handle just looks amazing too.
Thanks,
Um,
man.
yeah, and you inspired me because for um, I'm doing some spikes right now, and I got some hardware that I'm going to be. So I'm going to try. I've done it before, but never been super successful at removable hardware on the knives. The
Sweet.
problem is I'm just particular about it,
Hmm.
and I wanted a black. I wanted black hardware, so
That looks good.
It was hard for me to find Torx head black hardware for some reason. I could find silver, and they
Hmm.
would just be the like pivot screws,
Right.
basically. But these are three parts, so the screws come out each end. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I've done it before, but I don't know.
Just
What
put
are your
I would put Loctite on one side just to be sure, you only have one that's actually functional on the screw, and then you don't have to worry about anything backing out.
Yeah, I definitely will use some Loctite. I have Loctite here, so um, I'm just I'm gonna do my best and see how it goes. I do have a question though with that. Let me make sure. We're gonna talk blades for you. I'm gonna talk prices here in a second. Okay. I will do prices just before we drop them, or I publish them onto Etsy. Um, I've got black Gullstow bolts from Maker Materials. Really,
Hmm.
Brian? Can you send me that link? I would definitely like to. Corey sent me some stuff too. Um, do not Google Corey and Aries triple grind.
Oh no. Clear
uh,
history.
God, I'm on it. Don't search that, please. Small batch maker knives are rising on the list of things I want to support with my hard-earned money. Not to mention, if they are good humans, just makes you want to double down on it. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And that's what we are. Small batch makers, just doing our best to provide the best quality product for you guys. Um, but yeah, you're gonna have to miss this one because the downdraft. Well, I can't I can't say that's not a bad thing, Blades, for you, because the downdraft turned out absolutely amazing. Um, Casey knocked it out of the park once again with his new downdraft. I got the
Yeah.
Firestorm with the anodized handle. That
So
thing is
anodized or
killer.
flamed?
Yeah, I don't know how Kubi did it. Kubi is the OEM, but
Okay.
I got it to match my microjet. So I have the microjet and that, and both the flame anodized titanium. I don't know how they did it, but they did it.
Nice.
But it looks pretty good. I don't know if they just torched it, did it,
What it
or
looks like.
they're
Looks great.
doing. They do. Well, they are big time. That's who did my knife.
Mm-hmm.
The Kubi.
Kubi's, yeah.
Kubi is who did my knife. So, yeah. Well, let's go there. Missing help blades. There's plenty of Tempest. Only 4 of these today. Yeah, there's only 4 of these, and maybe towards the end of the year we'll do another run of them, just to see, depending on your schedule and my schedule, and
Yeah.
what we could do. Maybe we do the same pattern. Maybe we pick a different pattern. I don't know. It all kind of depends on what we got going on. I'm hoping that all of this you guys will start hitting Corey up, because some of his stuff just is amazing. What's the small EDC fixie you do?
The Jackal.
The Gabble?
The Jackal.
Jackal.
Yeah, I got some behind me.
Yeah, Brian. I mean, I have no complaints with what Kubi has been doing.
This is actually a new revision of it. This is the Gen 3. It turned out really cool.
Yeah, look at that, guys.
Really, really digging this one.
Look at that.
And then we do a Tanto version, and then a kind of it's still recurve. Basically, down here is the same, but it's just a rounded top. I'm not sure what you would call it, but those are the 3 versions of that knife I do, and it's 3-finger, but it fits the hand really good. Really, really having fun with these. I'm gonna have at least 3 of each version at Blade Show. I think I've got 4 of another version, but
that is crazy with the recurve, Tonto, so many cool things going on that thing.
There's a lot going on.
That's the smallest one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was funny. You were going through one of your videos here recently. You were showing like the progression of your patterns and the stuff you were kind of getting rid of and all that. This was born from a work knife. That's what it started as. And I carried this thing for years. You can see how much it's been ground down from sharpening.
Yeah, that's funny.
But there's where we're at.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I carried this for 10 years probably.
Yeah.
Not quite 10. I haven't been making knives for 10, but a long time. 8 years, I guess. One of the first.
I mean, you and I just am retiring some of mine just because they've been out there for like 2 years and nobody's ever requested one.
Right.
So I'm kind of like, well, they're always there. I have the pattern here. If I ever want to make one, I can definitely make one.
Yep. And I'll get a wild hair to do the old patterns too. You know, there's nothing wrong with that too. Just do it when you feel like it.
The one that's kind of started it all was the Obsession, and that was the first design that I came up with, and that's kind of what started this whole crazy mess. But nobody else has really asked for it. It's kind of a tall Skinner shaped blade, and that was the one where the first person that I had make it. I don't know if you know this story. I had the pattern in wood, and I was walking around the house with it, and I decided, my wife was like, you should get somebody to make that. So I shopped around. I reached out to some local makers and found somebody out of Florida who he agreed to make that pattern. And he kind of ghosted me for a little while, and it wasn't a pleasurable experience. He was giving me the runaround. It took
Gotcha.
about 2 months longer than what he said it would. And then he said his leather maker was MIA and he couldn't do the
Uh,
sheath, and it was always something, right?
right.
One of those situations. And he finally sent me the knife, and it looked like he did it in like 24 hours. It was just like the handle was just blocky, and it was just like he glued it on, put it on the machine, sanded it, sent it on its way.
Mm,
And it was, the pattern on the blade was really not close to what it was,
mm,
somewhat close, but it really wasn't what my
right.
pattern was. So then I found out what stock removal knife making was, and that's when I jumped into this crazy thing. So
Heck yeah.
that that knife being, and I still have it, that I didn't want and don't really talk about too much, and that turned into me making my own. But I've only made a couple of sessions. I've made a handful. Uh, them in Damascus is awesome because it's a nice tall blade shape, and
Good
so
real estate.
it captures the pattern of Damascus really well. But so maybe I'll do that one again. But
Heck yeah.
these, let's see, these knives are a minimum total custom and very unique of a one of kind. Yeah, because you're you're dealing with my pattern and Corey's work, so it's two totally different things. Ooh, I wanted to ask you. I have these screws sitting here. Do you screw the handles onto the knife and work the handles and shape the handles with them on the knife?
Yeah. Just like if I glued up the knife and then I was shaping it, I do it just like that. If it's Damascus, do it prior to etching and then just polish the whole thing, take it back apart, etch it, and then you don't have to play any games with the Q-tips or anything like that. You just screw it together and you're done.
Well, I'm not doing Damascus, but that makes sense. So
Mhm.
I can do that. Do you worry about ruining the head on the screws, like
I've got some
sanding it?
sacrificial ones that inevitably will get nicked, especially when I do like the texturing on this. Um,
So
it's
you
just
have
part of it.
sacrificial. You just
Some
have
screws that I know that
sacrificial.
I'm gonna have for assembling the knife, and then I'll take those out and put in the finished screws when I'm done. That
Okay,
way,
so that's what I thought. I figured you have sacrificial hardware, basically.
yeah. So just find out what your twist is on that screw, and you can just get just a cheap Allen head or whatever from Home Depot or Lowe's, probably.
Well, I have some extra sacrificial screws that I could use, so
There you go.
that'd be good. So that we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. My goal is to do it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I just found
I
some. I think it's knifekits.com. They've got copper. They're actually turning the whole screw head out of copper, and they look wild. So I'm hoping to get some Baker Forge and play around with
interesting.
those.
Interesting. Copper. Wouldn't
Yep,
think of copper. So all right. What time is it? 8:48.
848.
All right. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the time and do all that. But make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. Definitely need sacrificial hardware. Yeah, I have some sacrificial hardware that I can throw in there. That it'll hold everything together, and if I scratch it, I don't care. So definitely, I'll have that. All right. So let's talk prices, guys. Now, I'm this is a collaboration. These will not be on the market again for quite some time, and you're getting Corey's masterful grinds, my designs, and handle work as I keep hitting the camera. So you're getting kind of the best of both worlds here, and then so we're gonna start with the 80 CRV2 with the black pearl camo carbon. Um, so you have the 80 CRV2 acid etched and tumbled black pearl camo carbon with the, again, glow in the dark white liners, pins, the custom bead with the glow in the dark material in it. the lanyard, and everything you see. So this one is going to be going for, let me double check price. We're going to be asking $310 for that one. So 310. It does come with the Kydex sheath and the loop, as they all do. The Nitro V with the Space Weave, Galactic Green, Glow in the Dark, all the things that we have talked about. That one is going to be 350. The D2 with the mixed materials of all the carbon fiber. You got the fat carbon, the copper inlay carbon fiber, and this carbon fiber with the removable handle scales. That D2 with the nice blacked out finish is also $350. And the Damascus with the Damtanium camo carbon, the blue G10 liners, or the glow in the dark liners and pins. And that one is going to be $390, guys. Those are going to be the prices for these. Again, these are just one of four that will ever be really available. So I'm just kind of letting you guys know what those prices are, and we'll see how this goes. So let's see. We're gonna wait just a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna drop these on the store and see how that goes. Again, the Etsy store is pinned to the top of the chat. So you guys check that out. Robo, what'd you say? I'm pretty sure one of these knives would cure my diabetes. Oh, dude, it won't grow your leg back. That's for sure. Oh, I want to so bad, but I just can't. That's all right. I'll hover over your body at the hospital, Robo. For those that are familiar with custom knife prices, these are more than reasonable. Thank you, Jim.
Yep.
And Jim is very knowledgeable with everything knife related. So that means a lot coming from you, Jim. Thank you. Yeah, these are full customs, guys. I cut them out. I shaped them. Corey cut it out. He shaped it. We did the handle materials. We had the video to prove that
Yeah.
they were
All the way.
ground and everything else. Yeah, so it was funny. Corey, in the beginning of me and this YouTube channel, I was posting pictures of the knives that I was working on.
Uh-huh.
And somebody made some stupid comment, troll, about, well, what is it? Yeah, you could buy that on, what's that Chinese
Oh gosh.
like Tim, what are you a master of? What's that? Is it Reddit, or is it that other where you can buy all kinds of different stuff on there from Chinese companies? And he was like, "Oh, I saw that on this," and I'm like, "Okay, I have proof because I've been making it on my channel. You can watch any of my videos and watch me making them." So
yeah.
I was like, "Okay, Reddit, yeah, Reddit." He was like, "Oh yeah, I saw that on Reddit," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think you saw it on Reddit, but okay, whatever."
Yeah, really.
Darn trolls.
Yeah, we
Darn
rubbed the
trolls.
black dust all over our face for fun.
Yeah, you've learned to just push them off.
Yep.
Go away. That's why I have moderators in my chat, because we get to play a fun game called Whack-A-Troll. Yeah, it was a Reddit comment, guys. Timu is another one, but it was a Reddit comment. Curious to hear which Corey's favorite out of the group. All right, which one was your favorite out of the group?
I really like the Nitro V and the green. Like, I don't know why, but that green really grabbed my eye. I like the D2 one I did, but that green, man, I really like the way it turned out. Really
Yeah,
pleased with it.
that space weave camo carbon is interesting.
Yeah.
It's difficult because the green is so layered into the material that you got to pick different parts of the material to pull from.
Yeah.
But it has such depth to it, and the way that it's laid out is really strange. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the videos in the sun outside really show the depth.
Oh yeah, when you get it outside or in just in person, it's
Mhm.
a very different look. Like
Definitely.
I said, I have a pass around knife going around right now that is completely acid etched and tumbled and with that material on it. Basically it's the same handle, that material with the glow in the dark stuff. And it's funny, the content creators are like, it's so hard to find. And I'm like, yeah, it's you get it in person and you could totally see it.
Yeah.
But but like this side has a little bit more green
Hmm.
that you can see. But yeah, it's just the depth. It has a lot of depth in that material, which I really like. So, and I don't know how much of the galactic, like if they have other colors in that either. So I don't, not real sure. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
that
definitely be shopping soon.
Camel Carbon's got some really interesting stuff, and it's a U.S. brand, so it's coming from the U.S., which I appreciate.
Sure. Me too.
All right, guys. So we're getting close to the 9 o'clock hour, so I think we can we can do this. I think we're gonna do this. All right. Um, Trolls everywhere. Ignore them, boot them. It's the best thing. Yeah, I don't usually acknowledge them if they, or I'll just be like, thank you if they make a comment, because sometimes it's whatever.
Yeah.
Ouchie EDC, what's going on? Hello,
Hey.
welcome, welcome. Do you have a black light to hit it? No, I don't have a black light. I do not, Brian. I wish I did, so you guys could see that stuff glow. But it definitely glows. That's for sure. So those of you with a black light, if you buy this green one, you will see it glowing in the dark. Or if you're going to the club, I guess you can pull it out. Troll hunter patch, yeah. Just for the moderators, Kelly. Just for the moderators. Robert, we kind of went over the prices. I'll do it one more time. 310 for the 80 CRV2 and the Black Pearl. 350 for the green. 350 for the D2 with the blacked out with all the mixed carbon fiber materials, and 390 for the Damtanium and the Damascus. Okay, those are the prices. All right, so I am going to drop these. So if you guys are ready, go ahead, pull up your Etsy, get the card out, do whatever you need to do. I know there's some quick draw McGraws in the chat right now, so I hope you guys are prepared because I know there are at least 2 or 3 people that always jump on the drops pretty quick based on that. So I'm going to count to 10 and we're going to do this. So let's see. Well, I have to I have to do this and then I have to answer a question. All right. So I have to hit publish and then it's going to ask me like another question. Are you going to give updates as this happens? Yes, Kathleen, I'll give updates. The only thing I'm not going to do, and I know I'm stalling, but the only thing I'm not going to do, guys, is I'm not going to announce who bought what unless that person comes into the chat and announces that they bought it. So if you guys bought one and you want to announce that you bought one, you can. I'm just not going to be like, oh, yada yada bought this one and yada yada about that one. Congratulations to anybody who gets one,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I don't. Yeah, I respectfully. Not everybody likes to be called out, so I will respectfully not say anything. Like I don't say anything about the books. Like if you guys get in the books, unless you in a chat or something say, "Yeah, I got a spot." So that's cool. All right. Someone donates so he can stall with the kazoo. Yeah, I am definitely not Rob's Nerdy Knives. I don't have a kazoo. I do have a talent that I can show off though. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need names and addresses of who buys what. Yep. Whoever snags them will have an heirloom quality piece in their collection.
Yep.
Thanks, Tim B. You're always an awesome support. So, all right. All right. So 10. Here we go. Here's the countdown. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. I just hit it. Who's up? You've published 4 listings. Awesome. All right. So I just dropped them there. Let's see. Are they there? They're all there. Very good. All right.
All right.
Have at it, guys. Have fun. They are there. So you can go and see who does what. So this was fun. This was a lot of fun, Corey.
My wife just yelled from the other room, said 2 of them are sold already.
Yeah. Yep, 2 just sold. So the Damascus one is gone. Nope, they're all gone. There it is.
That's
1, 2, 3,
amazing.
4.
Thank you, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4. They're all gone. They're all gone. Let's see. I know who got them. Let's see. That one's not surprising. I'm telling you, quick draws, man. Oh, wow. Okay, that one surprised me. Okay, very congratulations to you in the mountains. Oh, yeah, that's a new one. All right, very cool. Got competition this time. Wow, okay. All right. Well,
awesome.
There they go. They're all gone.
Can you see how your Etsy as far as stream? Did you have a lot of traffic?
Yeah, I mean I can look at it, but
just out of curiosity.
I don't. Let's see. I just got 340 views on there. So
wow.
So 97 visits in the past 4 hours. So well, thank you guys.
Yeah. That's incredible. Thank you so much, guys.
That was awesome. I accidentally ordered a burrito on Instacart. Y'all can buy me the green. I'm okay with that. That was crazy. Wow. I didn't even expect them to go that fast. That was crazy.
Heck yeah.
But, I'm not going to say who did what. Never showed up on my screen, so Sean had to order mine. All right. Well, yeah, Sean got 1 or 2. Wow, Sean, you and Trouble Bunny are awesome.
Yeah.
Was it too late to get one? Yeah, Keith. Sorry, my friend. They are all gone. They didn't even show up. They were there, I promise, because 4 people bought one. So they were there. They weren't there long. I promise they were there. Thanks, Debo. Such an incredible, beautiful knife. Mike J, yes. Absolutely. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Rory, love my notification. Woohoo. Your order is confirmed. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Awesome. Rory, thank you. You got one. And I'm going to do my best, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get these out tomorrow morning, but I will get them out as quickly as I possibly can. At least by Wednesday, I'll get them in the mail to you guys, but they will get out. I will definitely try to get on the books the next night. All right, thanks, Richard. And you guys should hit up Corey, too. I don't know. Are you still taking custom orders?
Yeah, they'll be dragging behind on the customs just because I've got to get ready for Blade. I've only got 4 weeks left or something like that. And then after Blade Show, we'll be picking up the customs again. As far as you get on the books, I just won't be able to work on it until after the show.
It's crazy to think that Blade Show is only like 4 weeks away or something crazy like
Yeah,
that. It's ridiculous. I am definitely wanting to go next year.
you should. That was my. I don't know if it was Heather and I
Yeah,
or somebody and I were talking about it, and if you wanted to, like pop in at our table when if you just want to come walk around, you just let people know where you'll be at, and then they know where to find you just to meet you.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like I wanna go, but I want the full experience. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
want to go all 3 days.
Oh,
Uh,
you got to. You can't see that show in a day. You
well,
can't.
you can't. Everything I've heard, even in 3 days, you really can't see
Yeah.
that whole show. So and like I have explained on several occasions, I want to see both because I not only love the custom side of things and the
Mhm.
materials, obviously, I
Oh
want to
yeah.
look at that kind of stuff, but I also like the production side of things.
Sure.
Um, and if Kubi is going to be there, they're going to be there this year, guys. Kubi will be there, and they will have blooms at their table. So that is
That's
really
great.
stinking cool. So the
Yeah, you got
Kubi
to go next
blooms,
year and sign autographs.
yeah, no, I don't know about that. That would be weird, but nobody needs my autograph. But
Hey, sign up, sign the boxes, man.
I, so anybody who buys one of my knives, they know I put a little note and I sign my name in the box. I also circle and initial all of the cards, so they have just the basic information, and I just put my little pink on there. So usually I'll always put a little note in the box when I ship my stuff out, so they get that. But I want to go to the show to see the production side, to see the custom side, and then meet all the people too. So
Absolutely.
there's no way I'm going to be able to get all that in 3 days, but I can do it. You have, yes, Jim, you have 4 autographs. Yeah, 4 of my boxes. Yeah. Um, Tim B, there's nothing better than Scott's messages on the lid of the box when you get your knife, like giant fortune cookie. Yeah, I try to make it. I just don't put thanks. I try to put something fun in there. I
Heck
try.
yeah. That's
I try.
awesome.
But I definitely next year want to figure out a way to get the Blade Show and spend the 3 days there and get the full experience. Get to see you, my buddy Evan Martin, who's over here in St. Cloud. He should have a table there as well. He's a maker. I had him on the maker space. He was awesome. He's a really talented maker. He's done the Gator Cutlery show a couple times.
Okay.
He's friends with like Alan Foltz and a couple of that whole crew.
Awesome.
And so he'll be there. So I want to hang out, go see him, and it'll be fun. But I also want to get around and see everybody. Um, like
There's so much to see.
yeah, I just getting around like-minded people
Hmm.
is fun, and I don't
Definitely.
have the opportunity to do that as much as I would like. So I'm next year. I want to try to go. But it's got to all work out
Yeah, you brace
the
yourself
right.
because they have a whole wing just for equipment.
Yeah, I'll
All
get
the new
see that. I'll
grinders
spend
and
3 days there.
yeah, you and
The
me
last
both.
thing
I'm
I need
like,
to do is
babe, can you
come
watch the
home with a
table? I'll be right
grinder.
back.
Yeah, I'll be coming home with like a grinder or a heat treat oven.
You can do it. You can get a whole mill. They've got the what's wild is they have an actual induction forge and the iron worker in the building. They'll be forging knives
Yeah, I've
in the
heard.
building.
And I've heard they do classes too. So
Yep.
I don't know how you get it all in, but
You do try your
there's
best to find what you want to do and do it. You miss something.
yeah, I mean, there's just no way. So, but I want to go.
Yep. You gotta.
Yes, Keith, I know. 2x72 is calling my name. Yes. Well, I tell you what though, Keith, I I got a small wheel attachment and a contact wheel attachment for the grinder.
Have you got them hooked up yet?
So I've put them on, but I don't have the wheels for them. So I have, like we were talking offline, I have to get all the wheels,
Gotcha.
the contact wheels for the small. So if you know a place that I can get small diameter wheels to fit a 1/2 inch bearing for those, that would be awesome.
Okay.
And then uh, I think I want to. I can't do a 10-inch wheel on my grinder, but I could do an 8.
I think an 8 will be perfect for what the knives you make. I think you'll really like that. It'll be a nice deep grind.
Yeah. So, but then, like you said, I'm teaching myself how to do it all over again. So, and
I'll never
I can
forget Dan
barely.
Pergolini talked me into getting the baiter. You know, my first baiter I got through him, and I went from flat grinding to that. And the next week he's like, "So, what do you think?" I'm like, "I don't know how to grind. I'm relearning everything. I have no clue what I'm doing."
I can barely do a flat grind. So.
Well, I was freehanding everything at that time.
Oh no, I
So
can't
going from
freehand.
freehand flat to freehand hollows is a whole nother game.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Keith, that would be something I would do over a grinder at this point.
Yeah, I think that would benefit you a ton too.
At this point, at this point, I would much rather be able to control my heat treating.
Mhm.
Um, I
Just
know
not
there's
waiting
a
for them to
lot
do it for you.
involved. Now, so because you heat treated the Nitro V
Mhm.
and you heat treated all of these, um, are you're plate quenching,
Mhm.
and then are you're not cryo, you're doing the alcohol and dry ice.
No, so we were talking as far as the Nitro V goes. We were talking with one of the guys that helped develop it, and he was saying, okay, if you're not going to cryo it, you're going to lose like a point. Um, and he was saying 1920, I think it was 15 minute soak, and then plate quench, and then back it down. I think it was like 380 degrees. I've got it written down out back, but he said that, like I said, you don't have quite that sheer hardness that you get with the cryo, but you're just barely shy.
Okay,
Um,
so
and
you're
that's what
like
Bruce Wheelan
59,
and I have been
60.
doing, and had no troubles.
You think you're like probably around 59, 60
Uh,
at that?
I would say 60.
Yeah, so that's a good. I mean, that's a great hardness for Nitro
Yeah.
V. Still,
And the
so
torture
that's
tests and everything that I've done with my or with this one, it's a what do we got here? It's a 4-inch blade, and I judge everything on how well it is at butcher a deer. So with that knife and only that knife, we skinned out the deer, deboned it, caped the skull, did the whole bit, and it still took hair off my arm. And I did it. I'd sharpen it and did it again. I did it 4 times, and it's the same results every time. And that's that exact same heat treat.
wow.
You can take a kitchen steel and throw a razor's edge back on this knife. I really like this steel because it acts just like 52-100. If you guys are familiar with 52-100,
And that's
real
Nitro V.
nice tight grain structure, but it's stainless.
That's
So
Nitro V.
yeah, really impressed with that stuff. I
Yeah,
would say you could probably get through 3 deer before sharpening it if you were working at it.
What's up, Sean? Became a new member. Thanks, Sean. Thank you very much for your support. You're awesome. Yeah, I've been working with AEB and Nitro V as the two main stainless that I work with. I haven't had
Hmm.
any issues with
Yeah,
Peter's heats. So with Peter's, I can request what my HRCs are, and
nice.
I always shoot for 61,
Hmm.
and they always can do 61.
Which is
And
generally
I
where I land. I didn't test that D2 blade, but that's generally where I land on the D2 blades in 61.
Yeah, that's awesome. 60 is excellent for Nitro V. Yep. Yeah,
Yes, it's my
so
favorite steel.
yeah, Tim B, Trouble Bunny, Tim B helped design that the Bush Hawk. So yeah, he'll have his maker's mark, his little maker's mark out. Now I'm trying to grab as many pics, info, and video as I can to share. all of your guys' hard work hopefully drives some traffic your way. Thanks, Rory.
Thank
You're
you.
awesome, man.
Appreciate it.
Definitely. And you guys, again, if you're interested, Corey does some amazing work. Larger knives, smaller knives, ballast songs, folders, um, push daggers. His push daggers are. You don't happen to have that polished one, that large polished one, laying around? That thing is sick. But you guys check out
That
Corey
one.
Holley. Pause this. Grab his email, his Instagram, the QR code. Um, after Blade Show, he does custom work. You can get on his books, and you'll do that. Hold on, Corey. Let me make you large so we
You
can
good?
see that sucker. Let's see those. That's one of his push daggers.
So that's
That's not.
416 layer Damascus,
Oh,
mammoth tooth, and then it's more of the fat carbon on the bolsters. I don't know if that's coming in or not, but
man, yeah. I like the look of the push daggers just for the pure simple fact that I know how much work goes into that
yeah,
darn thing. They are absolutely amazing. But
they're fun art pieces. I mean, we call them get
yeah,
back knives. But what do you do with it? I mean, it's a get back knife. Like, what are you talking about? If somebody messes with you, you pull that out, and get back.
yeah. That's if DVD's still in the chat, that's your get your hands off my Slurpee and beef jerky knife.
Exactly.
So yeah, but that big one you had with the ivory handle, that
Oh
was
yeah.
full polished
Hang
out.
on one second. I can grab it. It's in the other room.
All
You
right.
have it.
Yeah, this thing is redonkulous, guys. If he pulls that thing out, if he finds it, it is absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy.
It's getting ready to go.
Check
It's in the
this thing
home.
out. And he makes his own leather sheaths, guys. He makes his own leather sheaths too. So you got the leather sheath, but look at that thing.
Yeah, just a little reflection on there.
It's a little polished, just a tad bit.
And that's fossil walrus tusk.
So that's walrus tusk. It's just, guys, you have no idea how much work goes into that.
And then it goes through and has a mechanical
They
fixture.
push daggers that get down permanently knife.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's more than a get back.
Yeah, that one is. Keith, you're running your AEB at 62 and a half.
Nice.
That's good.
Nice.
That's pushing it. That's pushing it good, but that'll definitely. And Keith's an avid hunter, so he
Awesome.
knows a lot about breaking down a deer. That's for sure. He is the safety king of hunting. Yeah, especially that one. Yeah, you pull that thing out, they'll be backing up. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All of your knives custom to order.
At the
Are
moment,
yours
yes.
custom
I'm
order?
hoping to get into more of a production line and do like drops, but right now it's basically what's left from a show or meet me at a show. Or let me know what you're wanting and we would build a specific, your handle material that you'd like, the blade steel, the design. And I'll spend quite a bit of time figuring out what's in your head and then, build it as best as I can to match what's in your head.
Yeah, there you go. You'll do it all. Thanks again, Aries. I'm working until Friday anyway on this 7-day shift, so no hurry on shipping. I'll get it to you, Corey. I'm good. I don't like those sitting here as much as I do love them sitting here. I do
I want to
I
play with
do
them.
like to. I don't want to keep people waiting either. So his 1095 is vicious. Yeah, Keith's 1095. I'm sure. Pigpen Gun Club. Hey, welcome. Corey's knives never disappoint. Nope.
Thanks, man.
They've never one that I've seen has disappointed. That's for sure. That is for sure. Well, gosh, I can't believe that went that fast. Actually, I'm getting used to it, but it's
Time flies when you're having fun.
doing a live. No, the knives going that fast.
Oh
But
yeah.
this was kind of the goal, right?
Yep.
That's kind of what I wanted to happen, but you never know. You're you're kind of like, that could happen, but you never know.
Sure.
AriesEDC, FedEx can have their money. Yes, he's he's a little
We're not
biased.
Amazon
I'll
yet.
say that. He's a tad bit biased in his opinion of FedEx. That's for sure. Look at that push dagger on Instant Courier's release. Yes. He follow him on Instagram. He shares a bunch of his work on Instagram. Um, yeah, I mean, I can't say enough. He's making folders. I got to handle a balisong, the balisong with the nightmare grind on it,
Mm-hmm.
just because. Why not?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. The balisongs. I'm not a bally guy, but I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Kathleen never misses. No, Kathleen knows her stuff. We all love Kathleen. So Kathleen is, if she's still in the chat, she's like 80 years old. And every morning she'll go on a kayak. She goes on her kayak and she kayaks.
Sweet.
She's awesome. She has one of my knives, but she's just awesome. I missed out on your last drop, Aries, and I practiced Jeopardy trigger finger on this drop. Yeah. I am blessed, guys. You guys are amazing, but there are a couple people in the chat that they have happy trigger fingers, and I don't know if they have a phone, a laptop, an iPad all set up ready to go and see which one goes first. But I don't know how they get there that fast, but
those are the people that actually win on when you call into the radio station to win the tickets.
I'm sorry, Kathleen. I don't mean to make you older than what you are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My wife won't touch the cleaver you made. She's 77. All right. I've always heard that. So, but still, listen, if I'm that old, I feel the way I do at 50. When I'm that old, going on a kayak, I don't know if I'll physically be able to do
it. You and me both.
Yeah. No, I'm going to have to go start my Instagram account back up again because I'm missing some pics and posts. Yeah.
I'm also on Facebook also, if you look me up there.
There you go. Facebook. Is that on your card?
I don't remember if it's on that card or not.
No, just your email and Instagram. But really cool, man. This was awesome. What a cool event. Like this was just going to be a fun thing. I do want to look at one thing though. Let me check this while we're doing this. Holy cow. I have an announcement to make. AriesEDC has hit 3,000 subs on
Congratulations,
YouTube, guys. 3,000 subs. I got to 3,000. Holy cow.
That's great, man. Congratulations.
That's crazy. This is crazy. I made it to 3K. So I'm going to be doing a live stream. Now I have to figure out.
Now you got a lot of work to do.
Well, I have some people have been very kind, and they've been sending me stuff in for giveaways for everybody. So I could do some cool giveaways to you guys. So I just looked at YouTube, and of course, usually I'll do a screenshot and everything, but my phone is being used right now. That's okay. But at least one of them will be this. This is, let me make myself big. This is the Axiom Drift. This is the Drift S35VN. Nice aluminum handle OTF. This is going to be a giveaway knife made in the USA knife. So really cool OTF. So that one is going to be a giveaway. Plus, I have a couple Tucson's here that maybe put into some giveaways. Plus, I have a bunch of Boker knives that I would like to do some giveaways as well. So, just so gosh. I knew I was close. I knew I was like right there. I was like 4 or 5 away,
We've been
and it
following,
was
seeing how you're doing every time. That's
it
great.
was so cool. Jim Miller, thank you so much, Jim. Thank you for your support. Talon, salute to you, my friend. Uh, thank you so much. You have been an OG supporter from the beginning, so thank you so much. Ah, man, that's so crazy. Yeah, John, S35 is a great steal.
Yep.
Rory, I can say who it is. Rory in the chat, who bought one of the knives, sent this in for you guys to have for a giveaway. He also sent this thing makes me laugh every time. If I can get it, where is it? There it is. He also sent this one for me to keep. Also an S35 VN, but that's a little tank, man.
You're safe
I,
in California.
that that makes me laugh every time. I don't know why. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, John. Thanks, Navy 85. Trouble Bunny, love the little knives. Yeah, well, that's what I do. I do the small stuff. But gosh, 3,000 subs on YouTube. So cool. Oh man, you guys have been, it has been a whirlwind, that is for sure. And it's been an awesome journey. I have no words. I have no words anymore. It's just been so cool to do this, and then to do collaboration projects like this is awesome. I don't know if I'll
Definitely, man.
continue to do them. This worked out because we're so close, so that we can see each other when we need to. But and the next step is I got to get over to a real shop and see how things are really done. So thanks, Cheeto. Thanks, Rory. Robert, thank you. How perfect you hit 3K right after the drop. Yeah.
Heck
I
yeah.
mean, I knew it was happening or I was close, but I'm right at 3,000 right now. Based on YouTube. Based on YouTube, but it's, this whole thing has been so weird. You post videos and you think somebody will watch them, and then all of a sudden I posted a video and it's gotten 5,000 views. I'm just like,
That's
I don't
great.
you like strike lightning with the algorithm somehow. I don't put that much thought into it. I just kind of do whatever I feel. I've gotten knife companies sending me stuff. I've gotten um, into the pass around group where I get to handle really cool stuff like this. The Kaiser Silver Wing. Ah, this thing is
Nice.
ridiculous. Look at that handle.
That's crazy.
It's like screen mesh in there too.
Very cool.
Yeah, this thing has been awesome.
That little scale release you've been playing with is a really cool little knife too.
Oh yeah, and I have this.
Oh, nice.
It's a gravity knife, the
Which
Remet
uh,
Leopard.
which one is that? Is that the Riyadh or
It's a Remet, the
okay?
Remet Leopard. So really, that one's cool. So you're talking about this knife, the Tush Knives Click.
Yeah, that's it.
I have the video coming out for this thing soon.
Now, is that
This
a custom maker or is that a
They do customs. Um, they do customs. Let me
yeah, that's a great little knife. I just lost sound. I don't know if you can hear me.
darn it, I forgot. I
Oh,
have
there
my
you are.
mic set up. I have the mic set up on that camera.
Ah,
Um, so I can't really. But anyway, let me do this, and then I'll go like that. There we go. Um, so it's OEM'd by Best Tech, and it's just basically regular manual frame lock, titanium frame lock, magna cut steel um, knife, but it has that little switch
Mm-hmm.
So you can see, I don't know if you can see on the scale how it's split on that one right here, up here.
Yep.
And then you push up on that scale and it, bink, auto, it turns to auto. And it's still loose
Mm-hmm.
until you get to here. And then that's where the
Yeah, load the
resistance
spring.
is to reset the spring.
That's awesome. Yeah, Reese Whelan will do those handmaids with the scale release. Or bolster release. It's really cool to see all those.
Yeah, it's just, it was ridiculous. When I got it in, I knew it was an auto. And I was like, but I didn't really watch anybody else's videos on how to do it. So I was like, how in the world? And I was like, oh, okay. And supposedly they're going to make a larger model of this. So,
I like the
but
little ones like that. Those are my favorite.
yeah, that the small one is cool. I love their story, and their logo is really cool. I'll show it to you. Hold on.
And I'm partial to
Like,
that blade design. I have 2 different models with that similar blade design. That's cool.
yeah, so it's a father and son duo doing it. So, I
Awesome.
mean, so cool to follow them and to learn a little bit more about what they do. But I've already done, this is in a pass around, so I did my review. So now it's time I got to send that off to the next one, as much as I would love to be able to do it. But
You know what they retail for?
uh, yeah, they're a little pricey. It's like 400 and something
Cool.
dollars. So yeah, they're a little pricey, but
That's Magna Cut and titanium. I kind of figured to be around that.
Magna Cut, titanium, and just the engineering that goes
Yeah.
into that double action.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're paying for. So,
Yeah. It's there.
seeing the grind on these Cardinals, yeah, you guys, after seeing the grinds on those Cardinals, and then you're gonna see mine, and you're gonna be like, those aren't fancy enough for me.
You got hollow grinds coming.
Don't let everybody get too excited about that. That'll be a while before that happens. I don't even have I just have the hardware here, or I just have the frame. I basically have a piece of steel with a bar on the end of it. Is all that it is. But but we'll get it. I'm more excited about the small wheel attachment than it is
Yeah.
on the
That's gonna be
other one.
a game changer.
Yeah, that one will be too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love the logo too, Ryan. It's really cool. Yeah, $404 is what they're retailing for.
Okay.
So, I mean, you're getting the good stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I am absolutely blessed, and I am so lucky to be able to be doing this, making contacts with knife companies. Um, Having mine out on the market is like been ridiculous. Super excited. I'm starting to see videos pop up now on YouTube of people who have bought them and now they're
Awesome.
posting stuff on them. So that's really cool. And I have some other stuff coming down the road. Um, there's the pickled steel. You guys, I updated everybody on my pickled steel model that is in the works. Um, and Pickled Steel is a company out of South Africa that does some really cool stuff. They, this is one of theirs. So that's the Rhino. Um, as you can see, the Rhino, just a crazy blade shape, 14C, but that's going to give you a full handle, that's for sure. But yeah, this thing is just just dropped shut, and I think it's like what Kelly, if she's in the chat, it's like $56.
Oh, nice.
14C28 and G10 liner lock, ridiculous. But they reached out and they saw one of my fixed blades, and now they want to turn that into a folder.
Sweet.
Um, I've seen pictures, and I'm pretty excited about it. I got to tell you, it's gonna be pretty cool. So I have a folder coming out with pickled steel, and Kubi wants to do 2 more of my models here. So it's gonna be pretty stinking cool. So
That's
yeah,
great.
it's just crazy, just crazy. So this was crazy. This was ridiculous. We did the knives. We talked about the knives. We sold the knives. Um, it went. It went just like we planned, right, Corey?
Yeah.
Just like we planned. We had it all written down, and it went just as we planned. Crazy. Yeah. This. I mean, this is what we hoped, but we never knew.
Never know
Is it
till it's
actually going
done.
to happen? Is it not going to happen?
Yep.
So it's cool. They're gonna call it the pickled gargoyle. Well, they're gonna call it. They're gonna call it the gargoyle. It's made by pickled steel, but the model is the gargoyle, and it's gonna have. I will tell you guys, it has a little bit of the. It has a little bit of the sumo vibe to it. I'll tell you guys that much. It has a little bit of this vibe to it. Just a little kind of
Nice,
kind
nice.
of, kind of, kind of thing. So it'll be fun. It will be fun. Oh man, so cool. All right, I guess our work here is done. So what do you got going on besides prepping for Blade Show? Is that like the big focus you have right now?
Yeah, that's really eat, sleep, you know, work. Just get up, do the thing, and then go to bed and do it again. Um,
I hear
hoping
you.
to take the boat out next weekend and try to relax a little bit with Mother's Day and all that. But
Heck yeah.
um,
Oh, Mother's Day is next weekend. Oh boy.
so sneaks up on us every year.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about that too much. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. You got to get some relax. You got to balance all of those things out.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and your body can't do 14 hours a day every day for 2 months. It just you
no,
give out. So I've learned you got to kind of pace it.
that burns you out real quick. Um, but I have a ton of stuff in the works right now. I have 9 blades. Well, I have 9 Peters by probably Tuesday. They will
Nice.
have 9 of my knives to do heat treating on.
Heck yeah.
The 5. So I have 5 book spots for the month of May. So those are all at Peters. I have a top secret project that I'm working on that I'm not allowed to share. Um, and then I have the 3 spikes for June that I just got shipped off yesterday. So I have the other 3 spikes that I'm working on that I'm going to be doing. My Carta handles. I have 80 CRV2.
Nice, nice.
I'm going to be, but I'm taking my time. I'm not in any hurry with those. If I get if I get into a good place with those, there is another design I want to try, but
Hmm.
I don't know if I could do it. It's a Tonto,
Okay.
but I don't want to do a dual grind on a Tonto, and I don't know if that even works.
What are you
Yeah,
thinking? Just do the
I'm
standard
just
flat grind all the way across, and then just have a
yeah,
heavy
just
cutting edge.
yeah, it has the Tonto shape, but just a flat grind going all the way across. I've seen
Yeah.
it, and it doesn't look bad, but I know traditionally a Tonto you have a dual grind somehow.
Right. You just end up with a really heavy point as far as your cutting edge, but I mean, there's pros to that. I mean, it's you're not going to break it off, so I mean, it's
Yeah,
going to have a real stout piercing point. Um, I don't really have any. If you drop the top of the Tanto and then have your straight grind go across, the lower you get the point when you grind that flat, there's less material up here because your grind's going to run out up here somewhere. So then when you sharpen it, you'll have a little more room in that. It looks cool. Your sharpening edge just gets wider as it comes up.
yeah,
So that'd be a cool little thing to try.
yeah. If I don't mess it up, because I always end up getting the tips a little bit too thin.
Yeah, they're a pain.
Yeah, I always seem to do that, but
Yeah, Tontos are a special pain.
anyway, um, yeah, and I'm still thinking about that sharpening system too that you were sharing with me. Uh, that will
Yeah, those
save
are
me
a
some time.
lifesaver.
Well, I like to get that will help me to do the sharpening because I use a TS Prof. I use that.
Yep, yep.
That's how I sharpen. So starting even with like 140, well, 140 stone,
Hmm.
it still takes a diamond stone. It takes forever.
Absolutely.
So I try to get my edges as thin as I possibly can because number one, I'm doing small knives, so
Hmm.
I don't. They're not going to be.
You don't need a
They're
huge heavy work edge.
nobody should be batoning them.
It should be. It should be.
But and I try to get like a nice 17-degree angle on, so I'm doing a fine angle on them.
Hmm.
But I try to get my edges nice and thin.
Hmm.
But if I had that other one, then I wouldn't have to worry too much about getting the edge too thin because it's on a belt instead of
Right.
doing that. Yeah, batoning a twig. No, John, this is a TS Prof. So it's a TS Prof sharpening system. It's a good sharpening. So it
Yeah, I used a Lansky system for
yeah,
years. I mean, my stones all
it's
have bellies in them from grinding D2 down with them, and you finally got the diamonds. The diamond kit was a big deal, but it still take an hour to sharpen a knife.
yeah. I
And
mean it because what we're doing is we're starting from scratch.
yeah,
Like there's no edge bevel. So those are great for reprofiling an edge or touching up an edge. That
yes,
10-15 minutes you can knock that out pretty quick. But when
absolutely.
you're starting from scratch, yeah, that's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, you can freehand grind them on the grinder and then kind of go back with that, but you got to be real careful to get your not to go too far down. Then you're trying to hand sharpen the bad grind out, and
Yeah,
yeah, I've been there, done that.
yeah. I mean, it works.
Yeah,
I am able to get a very nice edge on all my knives, but it
absolutely.
it does take me some time. So if I can, even if that system, I can get it to where there's the wire edge. If I can get it to the wire edge and get the
Hmm.
profile right, and then
Right.
finish it on that, would still save me so much more time.
Oh yeah, yeah. With that system, like I said, I take it all the way to leather. So I actually have a leather belt that I put the white compound on to get the polished edge. And I mean, you felt them. They the edge is
Yeah,
there.
these are sharp, guys. These are. Let
Yeah,
me.
the Nitro V. I did the one hair challenge. Just look at one hair on your arm and cut the one hair, and it'll do it.
Yeah, there's no problem there, guys. There's no resistance whatsoever. So they are sharp. I attest to that one. They are sharp.
My
Or
wife
very
calls them
sharp.
Corey Holly sharp.
Corey Holley shock. I like that. I used the Lansky on 440C, but D2 and ATS 34 killed
Yep,
it.
you'll wear a hole in the stones. And those, like you said, D2s 60, 61. So these new harder steels, it just kills those stones. You gotta have
Yeah,
diamond.
I had a lot of fun when I did a Magna Cut blade. Yeah, that wasn't
Nope.
fun. That and LMAX was
Oh yeah.
that was
Elmax is
fun.
special.
That was fun to sharpen. That was not fun. Well, my Lansky is gathering dust these days. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you have so many knives like I think you do there, Trouble Bunny, then you just move on to the next knife instead of sharpening that one. So, well, all right, guys. I just want to say thank you. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
That was an incredible drop. I'm beside myself. I always think they're going to go well, but I never know for sure. And they all went really well. Congratulations to everybody who picked one of these up. Um, like I said, I hopefully I'll get up in the morning, get everybody's packing and shipping, and be able to print all that stuff out and get these out to you guys as quickly as I possibly can. Um, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for 3K. That 3,000 subs here on YouTube has been amazing. It has been an amazing journey. Somebody threw out the gauntlet to try to get to 5K by the end of the year. Um, I don't know if that's possible. That would be amazing. But
Yeah.
you guys have. It's all because of you guys in the chat. You guys supporting. Everybody who did a super chat, Trouble Bunny, Bryant, Michael McCoy, Jim Miller, Navy 85, Sean, um, Sean Field, Sean Batts, Jim Miller. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much to my channel members. I've been trying to share as much as I can behind the scenes stuff with you guys. Doing stuff. I shared something the other day. I guess the heat treating I just did today. I did a little short on that and did that for you guys so you could see me heat treating in Crocs, which was fun.
Watch them toes, man.
Afterwards, I was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have done that. But
If I can interject in this real quick, to everybody tuning in, I want you guys to appreciate what Scott's doing. I've kind of dipped my toe with this project and filming every step of the way. It adds hours to building a knife. And the fact that he's doing what he's doing, with the YouTube and building them and everything else, it's a lot of extra work. So my hat's off to you, man. You're doing really good. You're doing really, really good.
yeah, thank you.
It's a
Thank
lot.
you.
And I don't know if people realize how much extra it is. Without my wife in there, doing my editing and everything else, everything will look terrible. So
This is why I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning so I can get some editing stuff done.
exactly. I got work to do, so I can do some work.
I'll sit on the couch on my phone and I'm like editing videos and going through it, and I do everything on my phone.
Yep.
And just setting up shots, and it took me a while to figure it all out, like best angles and everything. And people have been very kind in the chat who have been like, yeah, it'd be nice if I could actually see what you're doing though. And
yeah, I got other critiques on my videos after they were turned in, and I was like, oops, yeah, I guess you can't see what I'm doing very good.
yeah, it's that's part of that learning process that I went through it too. Like
Yep.
during live streams, the camera was like way over there, and they were like, "It's great to see you, but we can't actually see what you're doing." And I was like,
Right.
"Well, it's hard for me to try to get up and down and where I can actually work and have space to work, but
Yeah.
also where you can see what I'm doing." So it's much easier. You have no idea how easy it is for me to be like, I'm not filming. I'm just going to go out and work.
Yeah.
But then I feel guilty that I'm not sharing what I'm doing with everybody. So, but it's hard. But thank you very much, my friend. Thank
Absolutely,
you.
man. I see you, man, and I know it's a lot.
I, I, it's hard for me to put into words the work that I put in to doing this. I'm friends with other knife content reviewers, but they just do the tabletop reviews. So they'll have a
Right.
view like these, and then they'll talk about the knives. That's easy.
Yeah.
The time lapse and the
Get
talking, stopping,
get
talking
a
about what you're
grinder running
doing.
5,000 RPMs in front of you, or 5,000 belt feet per minute. You got a camera you're trying to juggle and not grind your thumb off. I mean,
Yeah, I just it's crazy.
nope.
Yeah, Jim. Exactly. It's not easy, but I use a program. I use the program CapCut. and InShot are two programs that I use. I can splice footage together on them, and I can slow things down, speed things out, add music, add transitions. I have a system, and it works. Yep, I do all my editing, everything on my phone, CapCut app. Yep, I've seen your stuff. So, Corey, I don't know. Addicted to Blades 2 is ridiculous.
Okay,
This
I'll
this
check them out.
guy, all he does is he does crazy videos of him cutting stuff, like water jugs with like samurai swords, and like just and then he does slow motion with it. He does. It's awesome. It's awesome.
I'll have to do some of my choppers and send him one. I do a 3 pound cleaver. It's
It,
½ inch thick Damascus.
he he would put that to work because he does all kinds of that kind of stuff. Just
Heck yeah.
water bottles, and 2 liter jugs don't stand a chance with this guy. He's just just attacks it.
Heck
But
yeah.
all right, well, listen, guys, thank you so much for 3K. Be on the lookout for the big giveaway live stream, maybe next weekend. I do have somebody for the Makerspace Meet the Maker next weekend. If that person is willing to come on, I don't know. I've chatted with a couple people that were like, "Nah, I don't know. I don't. It's not my thing." So I got to see if they want to come on. Um, and then there's the asking people to do this who are not technological savvy that can do it. So I've been kind of wrestling with a little bit of that too. So it'll be fun. But thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Please remember, subscribe, like, leave a comment or not. Again, the choice is always yours. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks,
Make
guys.
sure you're hitting up Corey if you want a knife, and all of you who purchased from Etsy, thank you so much. Bye. Later.